Hey guys, this is Josiah here. Welcome back to another episode of Josiah's Grape Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing the COTA and Richmond races from these past few weekends, so let's go ahead and get on with it. The truck race I didn't see because I was at a party, but Zane Smith swept the stages and won the race because Alex Bowman got to turn 11 trying to go for the lead with Stuart Friesen and Kyle Busch, and then he made a huge dive bomb. All three of them went up the track, and Zane Smith squeaked on by and won the race, which sucks because I'm a Stuart Friesen fan, and I wanted to see him win because he hasn't won since Phoenix in 2019, so it's been a while, and I wanted to see him win, but that move by Bowman just didn't work out. He fell back to finish ninth. I think Busch got a top five, and I don't know what happened to Bowman. I thought he finished top five, but I guess he finished like 22nd or something due to I saw on the leaderboard like shortly after the race. I don't know what happened. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Yeah, congrats to Zane Smith for winning that. And then the Xfinity race, AJ Allmendinger won the race. Not too much happened from what I can remember. I know Ross Chastain led a bunch of laps. He spun around on the late race restart. But there was probably other stuff, but I just can't remember because it happened like a week ago. But congrats to AJ Allmendinger for winning the Xfinity race at COTA. Then the Cup race, Daniel Suarez won stage one, and he had a great stage one, and then pitted at the beginning of stage two and after stage one, and then he had fresh tires. And then going into turn one on the restart to begin stage two, he spun around and wasn't really able to recover. He fell back to like 30th and didn't really recover till late in the race. Stage two was won by Denny Hamlin due to strategy, and then stage three, a lot of action happened. I know Joey Logano spun around Kurt Busch. Joey Logano spun in the late race restart. Collected Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson. This is not in order because again, this was a week ago, which I was gonna record just as group reviews, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it today, and then I forgot. So I do apologize, but it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, Logano spun, collected Kurt Busch and Larson, like I said, and then on the restart before that, like Blaney and Logano were out there on old tires, and going to turn one, Logano just went up the track and didn't even turn, basically. Just went wide, so did Blaney, and then their strategy just went out the window. And then late in the race as well, Bubba Wallace lost a tire, so that was a 4-race suspension for his Cruchy Booty Barker. Yeah, so yeah, anyway. So then on a late race restart, Chase Briscoe was up in like the top 5. He kind of got off the chicane, kind of got pushed by Allmendinger. Originally, NASCAR gave him the penalty for going off the track, but then they realized, oh, Allmendinger pushed him down there, so they didn't give him a penalty. So kind of saved Briscoe there, but I think I forgot. Oh, I think he had like a tire going down late in the race, and that's how he fell back and stuff. So sucks for Briscoe because he's running in the top 5 late in the race and had at least a shot to win. And then I think he blew a tire. Something happened. I just can't remember again because it was a week ago. And I do apologize again for holding this Josiah's Grape Reviews off for a while. So yeah, then another late race. There's a lot of late race cautions. Cindric spun, and then he almost collected Christopher Bell, but didn't quite. Cindric was up there leading quite a few laps today, or not today. Like a week ago at COTA. Like what am I doing? Just like last year. Remember when he started third and then just took the lead because of like he was just out. Everyone was pitting for rain tires because it was starting to rain early in the race, and he just stayed out there and led a bunch of laps. He was like 20 seconds ahead of the field. Anyway, so yeah, then the race really came down to Ross Chastain, AJ Allmendinger, and Tyler Reddick. Just like Phoenix, you had 3 drivers looking for their first career win with Briscoe, Reddick, and Chastain. Briscoe would get the upper edge right there, and I think Chastain got second in that race, and Reddick got third. You had Briscoe, I don't know. Chastain and Reddick were still looking for the first career win. I don't know. I can't speak at all. Probably why I don't get a lot of views because I need to get better at this. Okay, I need to know how to edit and stuff like that. I have like this pause button that can just do that. I can just do that, but that's from my phone. Anyway, back to the race. So Chastain was actually Reddick was leading because he got the lead during one of the late race cautions. He came out as a leader ahead of Chastain, but then on the restart, Chastain took the lead. Allmendinger got second, and then Alex Bowman actually shot up there and had a shot to win. Came down to Ross Chastain, AJ Allmendinger, and Alex Bowman at the end. Going into one of the turns, AJ Allmendinger was right behind Ross Chastain, gave him the bump. Allmendinger took the lead. Chastain fell back and to his battle for second with Alex Bowman, and then going into the second to last corner, Ross Chastain got to the bumper of Allmendinger, got him all squirrely, got him into Bowman. That turned Allmendinger around, slowed Bowman down, and Ross Chastain won his first career Cup Series, got his first career Cup Series win at Circuit of the Americas a week ago. Good, congrats to Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man, smashed a melon finally into victory lane. Awesome. It was Bowman who got second. Bell got third. Finally got a good finish. Chase Elliott got his first top five. And I think Tyler Reddick got fifth. Allmendinger fell back to finish 30th. It was outside the top 30, so I think 32nd or something. I don't know. So rough right there for Allmendinger. Was it a fair or foul move out of Chastain? I didn't see anything wrong with that. Allmendinger bumped him, but people said Chastain said oh, it was they bumped him because he owes us one. That's what he said in his interview. He said he owes us one. He being Allmendinger. Allmendinger owes them one. But I don't know. In my opinion, I don't know. That might have been an accident. But if the driver's saying it was a bump, I don't know. Anyway, that was COTA. Then there's Richmond this past weekend. Sharks didn't run Richmond. Xfinity and Cup did. And Xfinity, it was basically just came down to Nemechek and Ty Gibbs. Nothing happened. And there was no caution except for the stage breaks, which I believe Ty Gibbs and John Hunter Nemechek won the stages. They won either Nemechek won stage 1 and Gibbs won stage 2, or Gibbs won stage 1 and Nemechek won stage 2. It was one or the other. But other than that, nothing else happened in the race. Literally nothing. I didn't really watch. I watched the first stage, and then I watched the final 40 laps because I was going to my dad's house, which I am right now. I'm at his house the entire spring break. Originally we were gonna go to Virginia, but then he has to work, so that's where he's at right now. He's at work right now. It's just me and the cats. So if you do hear any noise coming from the door, that's probably the cats. Anyway, if it's not the cats, then that'd be kind of terrifying. Anyway, I've said that a lot. Anyway, I've said that a lot. All right. So it came down to Gibbs and Nemechek at the end. They were side by side coming to the white flag, and then going to turn 3. Actually going to turn 1, Gibbs put the bumper to Nemechek. That got him side by side. They go to turn 3. Gibbs just pushed Nemechek up the track, and Gibbs won the race. Nemechek got second. So, Nemechek said he drove him straight up, just got drove in the corner. Except he literally did that at Canada a few years ago, racing Cole Custer for the win. So I don't know what he's talking about there. I'm surprised he said that actually, because Nemechek's a really good guy, and I'm surprised he was all heated about it. That's his teammate as well, because Nemechek and Gibbs are both Joe Gibbs Racing in the Xfinity Series, and both Toyota. So that's just a little bit shocking. Gibbs, I forgot what he said, but yeah, Gibbs won the race. So congrats to Ty Gibbs. That's his third win of the season. He won his second race at Atlanta, then his first in Vegas, I believe. Was it Vegas? Yeah, it was. It was Vegas, I think. So yeah, congrats to Ty Gibbs. And then the Cup race. Stage 1 was dominated by Ryan Blaney. He won stage 1 and then fell back, faded at stage 2, and stage 3 just fell back. That sucks. I believe Blaney's 0-8 when he's led 100+ laps in a race, so that kind of stings a little bit for Ryan Blaney. He's led the most laps this season, but has yet to win. And Chase Elliott came in as the points leader. He has yet to win. Chase Elliott had a top 10, top 5 car, and then in stage 3, Alan Gustafson made an adjustment, and then he went from 5th to 18th in 3 laps, and he was never able to cover. Chase Elliott finished 14th in the race. That's why I've said fire Alan Gustafson for the past few years. Chase Elliott is fine. The driver Chase Elliott, he's fine, but everyone else on the team needs to go. His pit crew needs to go. His crew chief Alan Gustafson needs to go. I guess Eddie DeHaan's the only one that's kind of good. He can stay. Eddie DeHaan's kind of the only one that's decent. I'm okay if he stays. But a year ago, he had that thingy where he got arrested. But I don't know. That was a while ago. I'm sure he's fine after that. Anyway, but we need Chase Elliott does need a new crew chief and a new pit crew. I don't care if the pit crew won Chase Elliott the championship, the Jackman. I don't care if he won Chase Elliott the championship because of the penalty going back into the wall, and the penalty wasn't there. That was one time, and the pit crew has actually not been too bad. I will admit they haven't been too bad. But on the final pit stop of the day, they have. And the Chase Elliott said of the Circuit of the Americas, like, he had a bad pit stop on the final pit stop. Chase Elliott did. Um, and then he said on the radio, he was heated up. He said some expletives, saying like, "Oh, why do we always do this on late race?" But there was like the F words in there as well, which I'm not gonna say because I'm a Christian. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so yeah, Ellie fell back from 5th to 18th, finished 14th. Sucks because I'm a Chase Elliott fan. He's the only Hendry driver to not win. He's still winless in 2022. Still hasn't won since the 4th of July I Road America, so it's been a while. Want to see him win again. Next, this is an outcome race at Martinsville, which me and Dad were supposed to go to, because we were supposed to go to Virginia during spring break. Like I mentioned, my dad has to work. That we were going to go to Martinsville, which would have been my first ever NASCAR race. I still have not been to a NASCAR race. I've yet to go to a NASCAR race, and I want to. Martinsville would have been my first, but Dad's work got in the way, and that sucks because I really was looking forward to go to Martinsville. But anyway, this past weekend, coming Martinsville's the next race, and Chase Elliott's always been good at Martinsville. He won the race in fall of 2020. Fall of 2021, led a lot of laps, swept the stages, and then fell back and got spun by Brad Keselowski late in that race. But anyway, so Chase has always done well in Martinsville. Martinsville's one of Chase's Elliott's best tracks. If it's not a road course, it's like Martinsville's probably Chase Elliott's best non-road course track, in my opinion. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, that's for this past upcoming week. It's a Saturday night race. So yeah, that'd be exciting. And it's the first time we race at Martinsville, the next gen car. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, this past week at Richmond was the first short track for next gen. So like with these few races coming up are gonna be exciting because we have Martinsville, then we have Bristol Dirt. We get to see how the next gen cars are like on the dirt. Then we have Talladega. We get to see how the next gen cars are at Talladega. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, where is that? Okay, JGR is the team Toyota. They needed to pick up the pace, especially Joe Gibbs Racing. They needed to pick up the pace this season because Denny Hamlin especially, he had not had a top 10 finish going into this race. And Christopher Bell had not even like a top 30, I don't think at all, until because he finished second at Atlanta until he got DNQ for going below the double yellow line, and then finished third at COTA. And even after this race at Richmond, Bell's not even in the top 20 in points. Bell did get a top 10. I think he got 6th in the race. So it was still a good finish for the 20 team. All of Joe Gibbs Racing stepped up their game this weekend and finished in the top 9. This is definitely Joe Gibbs Racing's best racetrack. Kyle Busch has 6 wins here. Denny Hamlin now has 4 wins here. That should give away that Denny Hamlin won the race. But we'll get to Denny Hamlin's win later. I'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, Joe Gibbs Racing really stepped up their game. Truex led a bunch of laps. I think he won. Yeah, he won stage 2. Truex probably had the best car. It was either he or Blaney, but Blaney fell back. Byron then got up there late in this race. I mean, he was up there stage 1. Stage 2 fell back, and stage 3 got up there because of strategy. Some guys were on a 1-stop strategy, some were on a 2. We thought Byron was on a 2-stop strategy. Apparently, it was on a 1-stop strategy. I believe Truex was on a... I think Truex was on a 2-stop strategy, and then Hamlin, Harvick, and Larson, they were also in the top 5, along with Byron and Truex late in the race. I believe they had a 2-step strategy as well. I can't remember. Anyway, so the race did come down to William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and Kevin Harvick, and almost Kyle Larson. Larson was 3rd with like 10 to go, and then got passed by Hamlin and Harvick, and wasn't really able to do anything. Larson really has struggled this past month, like our champion, Kyle Larson. Remember, he won 10 races last season, including the All-Star race, like a big year for Larson. He's had one win so far this season at Auto Club, and hasn't really had anything good since Vegas, where he finished second and almost won the race, but finished second to Bowman in that race. Um, so yeah, it was good to see him get to top five. Larson got fifth, and then like I mentioned, the race came down basically to the other four: Byron, Truex, Hamlin, and Harvick. Hamlin passed Byron for the lead. Hamlin passed Truex, then he passed Byron for the lead with about 5 to go. Harvick was also able to get around Byron, and Harvick wasn't really able to close the gap on Hamlin. He maybe did a little bit, but wasn't enough to get to the front and win the thing. Denny Hamlin did win at Richmond, got his first top 10, first top 5, first win of the season. Jugga's Racing gets their first win of the season. A lot of firsts for mainly Toyota and Denny Hamlin and Jugga's Racing. So Denny Hamlin gets his 4th win of at Richmond, his hometown track. It's either he's from Virginia, so it's Richmond and Martinsville, kind of like his hometown tracks. I can't remember which one's closer, but congrats to Denny Hamlin. He wins the race. Kevin Harvick got second. Willie Byron got third. Martin Truex Jr. got fourth, and Kyle Larson got fifth. To sum it up, COTA was a good race, but Richmond is not really good. Richmond has not been good for the past few years. I just never liked it. It's probably like one of my top 3 least favorite tracks, along with New Hampshire and Pocono. Except Pocono was good this past year, last year, because of strategy, especially in the second race. You didn't know who was going to win until late in the race when Kyle Busch won. And then Pocono race 1, thought it was going to be Larson, blows the tire in the final lap. He was chasing 4 wins in a row, but fell just short because of a cut tire in the final corner. Alex Bowman wins the race. I mean, yeah. Anyway, yeah, Richmond hasn't been good. They haven't produced a lot of cautions at all. There was like there wasn't any like instant cautions for the first 2 stages until, well, actually there was one in stage 1 where Kurt Busch within 10 laps broke something, and then spent a lot of this race multiple laps down, 100 laps down. He did return the race, like I mentioned, 100 laps down. That does suck for Kurt Busch in 23XI Racing. They've had a pretty good year, having good finishes. Not really like the race. They haven't had good races, but they've always been able to sneak their way into top 10s, top 5s even. And they're in top 16 in points. If the playoffs were to begin, they would advance, so good for them. But not good to see Kurt Busch not do anything with this race because of a broken car. Anyway, the Bubba Wallace also was just outside the top 20 most of the race. Sucks with 23XI Racing. They were the only Toyota team that didn't really do anything. Like I mentioned, all 4 Joe Gibbs cars, like I mentioned, finished in the top 9. I mentioned Hamlin won the race. Truex got 4th. I think Bell got 6th. Busch got 9th. Busch would have been higher up there if it had been for a controversial penalty late in the race. Kyle Busch had probably a top 5 car. But late in the race, he was black flagged by NASCAR because of a tape. I forgot what colors they were. It's like blue and green. I don't know. You have to let me know what colors they were. I'm not colorblind. I just forgot what they were. But a colored tape that was on the grill. They did that in Gen 6, where I think they had that little thingy there. But for these next gen cars, that is illegal. In the rule books, it says it's illegal. But they had it on the car. But what was controversial was that it was there for 200 laps, and NASCAR waited till 40 laps to go in the race, about 40 laps to go, to black flag Kyle Busch, and that basically ended his chances of the win. So definitely not good look for NASCAR there. So yeah. But still a good day for Toyota. So sorry about pausing there. I just had to think about something real quick. I had to think of what to say. Anyway, so yeah, still a good day for Jugga's Racing. And the wrecks that happened in this race, like I mentioned, there weren't a lot, but because there was that one with Kurt Busch, and then the stage breaks. Stage 3, Cody Ware hit the wall, and then Austin Cindric kind of got spun because of drivers midfield. Just I don't know. But yeah, congrats to Denny Hamlin. Congrats to Jugga's Racing for stepping up their game. Toyota, besides 23XI, sucks that they didn't do anything in this race because I mentioned Bubba Wallace outside the top 20 most of the race, and Kurt Busch spent most of this race 100 laps down because of a broken track bar or something. I don't know if that's what was broken. It was something. So I know it was something broken in the car. I just don't remember what. But anyway, so congrats to Denny Hamlin. Congrats to Ty Gibbs. And then the COTA winners, congrats to Rasha Shea for winning the Cup race at COTA. and AJ Allmendinger for winning the Xfinity race at COTA, and Zane Smith for winning the truck race at COTA. So yeah, anyway, that's basically going to do it for this episode of Josiah's Grape Reviews. I hope you guys enjoyed. Smash like, subscribe if you want to. Just a suggestion. It's clout, and I don't approve of that. So do it if you want to. But anyways, I'll see you guys this past weekend at Martinsville. I'll be reviewing that, and then probably get to do NASCAR Heat 5 Championship mode for a few days. In a few days, or probably these past few days. In the next few days. That's what I meant to say. Sorry about that. Because I am here at my dad's house in NASCAR Heat 5, the game, the PlayStation 4 is where I have here at my dad's house. But anyway, so expect a lot of videos of NASCAR Heat 5 Championship mode to come, and then Josiah's Grape Reviews to come, like, after this past weekend. This Martinsville on Saturday night. Anyway, but I'll see you guys for the next video to come. NASCAR Heat 5 Championship mode, most likely. But yeah, see you guys. Bye.